Have you ever felt like an average student? Have you ever felt like you have so much more potential than your current academic output is? You're not failing, but you're not exactly passing either. And have you ever felt like all the smarts that you had in secondary school or high school have dipped? If you fall into any of these categories, trust me when I tell you, I know exactly how you feel, and we have to talk about it. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to escape this loop of being an average student, or how to boost your GPA in 5 suggestions. Stay tuned. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Gozie. Please don't make it your last by clicking the like button if you end up enjoying this video, and also hitting the subscribe button so that you don't miss a video from me. If it's not your first time here, if you know how we do things here, if you've been on this street before, how far? I have missed you guys so much. Happy New Year. This is my first sit down and talk video this year, so let's philosophize a little bit. What exactly makes someone an average student? Being on the cusp of success is how I would put it. Just a little bit away from doing well, but you are held back by yourself and by little things that you can actually work on. That being said, it's not like I am insensitive of the fact that people learn and assimilate information in different ways and at different levels, and not everybody can learn the same thing at the same time. There are people that pick things up really quickly. There are people that it takes a lot of repetition for them to grasp the general idea of the thing. So that is not what this is supposed to be. This is for people that have place certain limits on themselves because they feel like there's just this hovering force that does not want them to succeed. I recently heard someone say that she doesn't do well in tests. Our grading system is divided into tests and exams, so 30 marks for the test, 70 marks for the exam. She says she doesn't feel like she does well in tests, so she doesn't read for tests. She reads for exams, because in her tests, when she sees her results, she sees stuff like 6 and 7 out of 30, and that she doesn't really depend on tests anymore because of that. There could be a personal underlying thing there, which we are not going to get into, but I feel like we as human beings have this tendency to give up when we have tried so many times and it is not producing any fruit. I've been tugging at one branch and you see that no fruit is falling down from that branch. You tend to turn to the other side of the tree or go to a totally different tree. What is with me and these analogies today? From a personal standpoint, I haven't had the most invigorating result. I was bomb in secondary school. I thought I had smarts in secondary school. When I came to university, these people shocked me. At 200 level, I knew that I had to sit up. If not, I was not going to leave this school with a result that I could be proud of. So I sat up and I started doing better. My 100 level result was the worst I have ever academically produced in my entire life. It's not horrible, but it's the worst that I have ever produced. That could be attributed to a host of different factors. In 100 level, I was not serious with note taking. I would attend classes, but I would never make reasonable notes. I would take pictures of other people's notes, and then I would never transfer the notes. I would never work on them. I used my 100 level to watch a ton of different shows. The Magicians, I watched the originals, the prequel to Vampire Diaries and Legacies. Had me by the neck. My 100 level was filled with a lot of distractions, and that is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about ways that you can actively change the outcome of your result by changing some habits or changing some things that you are supposed to change. First, I want to plug one book that you guys should read. Mason's An Enemy Called Average. This book basically talks about how far you can go when you don't have the mindset of being an average person, or being an average student, or being someone with average talent, someone with average productivity, try to read the book if you can get it. You can get it as an ebook, or you can buy a physical copy, whatever floats your boat. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is procrastination. There is an allotted time for everything that you're supposed to be doing. Procrastination is basically putting off till a later date what you should be doing at that time. You're just shifting it back and just pushing it backwards and just pushing it further into the future, and eventually you might not get to do that thing, or you might have to do it when there are a ton of different things that you have to do at the same time. Procrastination is one of the biggest things that just frustrates your academic life. You are going to be behind, and being behind ultimately means that you have so much more work to do when you eventually start taking things seriously and start wanting to do things. Is something that I still currently struggle with, and hopefully by the grace of God we will come out of it. Second thing is time management. When you are not someone that knows how to plan and schedule your day, your week, your month, your life, it can be very frustrating, because aside from things that can just like pop up, there is no like order in your life. You just move according to, I don't know, vibes. You just find that things are just so hard. Like, what am I supposed to do today? What are 3 things that I want to achieve today? Am I going to class? Am I not going to class? At the end of the day, you'll be feeling like you have not achieved anything and you have not done anything productive, and then guess what? Average. Another thing that could be contributing to your less than stellar performance is your method of reading. There are so many different methods. Like, you can even go and research. There are so many different methods of reading and learning and assimilating. We have Parkinson's law, the 80-20 rule, spaced repetition. It could be that you are still reading for your university exams like a secondary school student, and trust me, there's a difference. Never forget one thing that my secondary school computer teacher, Mrs. Abdullahi, used to say: knowledge remembered is information repeated, or something along the lines of that. Basically saying, when you repeat something over and over again, you are bound to remember it. So like, there are different methods, and find the one that best suits you. Students, especially Nigerian students, we don't read to understand, we read to pass exams, and by the end of the day, when we have passed the exams and forgotten about the course, we don't know anymore about subject matter, which is crazy. But I mean, I always felt like I could study and I could succeed on my own, but that is one of the biggest lies that I have ever told myself till date. Getting yourself into a study group, or getting yourself 2 or 3 friends that you guys can teach each other information, learn together, honestly, it changes the game also, because you are not an island. There will definitely be something that you will miss. There will be something that you don't know, something that somebody else has caught on to, something that somebody else has realized while they were reading. If you think that I will talk about succeeding in your academic life and not mention God, then you are out of it. Like, having God on your side is one of the most important things, especially as a student, especially in this country that we are in. Life on the average Nigerian is so tough already, and as a student, it is multiplied by 3. Just find that with God, things are just so much easier. Like, I remember being in secondary school and being in choir and like serving God there, and I remember how easy things were. Like, I didn't even understand how the results were coming. Like, I didn't even put in as much effort as I saw other people putting in, but like, it was working for me. When I came into university, I said I was not going to join choir because I felt like I didn't have like the uniforms, I didn't have the time to be going to church for rehearsals and all that. I still flunked. My spiritual life in 100 level was not anything to write home about either. Safe to say, I have dived like this with my head first into God. I have surrounded myself with the presence and the Spirit of God. I have gone back to my service unit. I have done all that, and I know that by the grace of God, everything is gonna come out rosy in the name of Jesus. Now, bruv, don't play with God. You need to master the act of self-motivation, because there is nobody here that will motivate you more than yourself. Nobody here will motivate you to pick up your book and read. Nobody here will motivate you to watch YouTube videos. Nobody here will motivate you. You have to do it by yourself. And sometimes it can be so hard to want to read. It can be so hard to... I remember like during this past Christmas holiday, like I had a couple of materials that I was supposed to finish before the beginning of this year. I read one page and I stopped because it was so hard to motivate myself to read. Like I was like, what even is this material? Like, what am I even looking at? I have a test on Monday and now I've just been able to cover just a little. So I have so much work to do now, and it's because I was procrastinating and I lacked self-motivation. The last thing I want to say / do is to kind of give you some words of encouragement, because if there's one thing I have been blessed with is to have people that know how to encourage and know how to give me like that push that I need to do what I need to do. Failing a couple of courses is not the end of the world. It does not mean that you are dumb. It does not mean that you are stupid. It does not mean that you have come to school and wasted your parents' money or your own money. It just means that you have an extra opportunity to do better in the ones that are coming up, in the ones that are ahead. It just means that you have extra chances to be the best you can be. Honestly, chin up. All these things, uni can be horrible, but uni can also be exciting. The sky is literally your starting point. You will survive, you will come out of it, you will succeed, and then you will graduate with an excellent result. What you are seeing now is not the end. You still have opportunities to work at it, to better yourself, to better your grade. I just wanted to make this quick one for students who are like me, that need a nudge in the right direction and need someone to tell them these things that they already know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, share with your friends that you know are struggling a bit academically. I love you guys so much, and God loves you more. Always remember that you can achieve anything in this life that you put your mind to. Your big dreams are valid. There is nowhere that you want to go that you cannot go. Till I see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.
No cap, no cap. Been there, done that. We've been where it wasn't good.